Welcome to Judge News. Let's see what happens when the judge hears this case.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jim McCardle on behalf of Beal Properties.
Judge Dominic Camden appearing on behalf of Melissa Beal.
All right. Are you appearing on behalf of Hardman?
Those are children, Judge.
Those are children. Gotcha. All right. Where are we on this?
You already come.
Go ahead.
Judge, there was a consent order that was issued maybe a month and a half ago. Client filed paperwork not through my office initially, indicating that she was having some medical issues. I appeared
Regarding the move out.
Yeah, plaintiff's counsel understandably was not there because I don't think my client served them, so I'm not taking any issue with that at all. Subsequent to that, the plaintiff's counsel filed the actual writ to evict my client, and the court set it for hearing today. I can tell the court that I got notification from my client of today's hearing. It didn't come directly from the courthouse, which okay. But my client did inform me that she's having a heart procedure this morning that started at about, she had to be at the hospital at 7 a.m. And I did not, she basically had told me she had been waiting for the appointment and there was an appointment that opened, and I instructed my client that she needed to keep her appointment because with all due respect to this court, her health took precedence, and I'll fill the gap in for but her procedure was today.
Okay.
Well, Your Honor, insofar as the appearance here, I certainly have no truck with that. But there was an order that said that the defendants were going to vacate by April 1st. They did not. That order was entered in February. They had a month and a half to effectuate what they were supposed to do, and they continue to occupy the property. My client understandably wants possession of the property, and that's why we're here today.
Do we have any verification that this procedure is taking place?
I have an email, Judge,
From her. But nothing.
I did not ask for any verification from the doctor's office, Judge.
No rent is being paid, right?
Correct. She was a Section 8.
Section 8 been terminated?
It has been terminated, Your Honor. I'm just told by my client that the debt is up to $50,000 at this point. Yes, Your Honor.
I mean, we're going to get into, maybe we need to get into but there's some question about whether it was terminated correctly. Who was necessarily.
All right. So that way she's got to the end of the month and she's done. Counsel posed a good question that is trying to make sure that it's final. I wish a lot of things in my life were final. If somebody comes in and says something, I think I'm obligated to listen, but the intent of the court in doing this is that this is it. It's done. We're one or two ways it's going to happen at the end of this month. Right?
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thank you. When we locate it, I have to just put on there.
Not prior to the 20.
Yeah, had to be a forever. Beal Properties versus Lieutenant Patrick. Beal Properties versus Lieutenant Patrick. Are these?
Okay, Your Honor, Jim McCardle on behalf of Beal Properties.
The first two are, got it. Your name?
Summer, brother.
Not
Simple. Your name, sir?
Matata Patrick.
All right. Well, where are we on this case?
Your Honor, the rent to retain is $2,980.32 with costs of $176.32 for a total of $3,162.64. We're asking for a writ date of May 18th.
All right. Anybody? Yes. Your position with this is you can restate it for the record. Your position with this case? Yes. Okay. So what were you going to tell me?
So there's correspondence with the actual homeowner that there's an agreement where we would continue to pay the rent that we've been paying. In addition to the utility bills that I do a utility allowance for, which were done on yesterday, as a matter of fact. And then we would continue to seek alternate funding for the back rent, as well as find Mr. Matata a new unit to go to. And then my agency could then,
The rent's going to be paid going forward.
it has been for the last 2 months. We've paid 2 payments already of $1,760, plus have done 2 utility allowances for Mr. Matata as well.
So what months would those be?
It was March and, I'm sorry, it was April, and then I just delivered one. Yes. Wednesday, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. It was a little late because our printing machine was down. I delivered it to the new address on Michigan Avenue in the Dropbox.
So that payment must not have been taken off of this account. And the only reason. Okay, the only reason I'm saying that is because the number claimed owed went up 1 month, but if what you're indicating happened, then it's gonna go back to that one figure where I have a static amount of back rent. Okay,
Correct.
all right. No, that's okay. So what are we gonna do then? On the case, I get that rent's being paid going forward, but I don't know.
And then homeowner, I'm not sure. I assumed there was correspondence with them.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's realistic under. I mean, I can't force somebody to agree to that date. It sounds to me like the parties are working together so that everything stays static. The one thing that's missing is that end date. And how many people are in his family? Do you know? Is it just him?
So
Okay, that's gonna be, okay. Now I understand. That's gonna be the problem, because you gotta find a unit for 7.
and the family has no income, so that's been the issue, accumulating late fees, and there have been some fees that have been attached that our grant could not cover, so I had to find, for the last several years, we've been working with him, community resources to cover these fees. And at this point, we've just ran out of funding for those resources. He's accessed the ESG funding through SOS several weeks ago, which was the max at that point. And so we've met that for the year already.
So he's already gone through SOS, got the 3.
Correct. My agency, though, I was confirmed with my supervisor on Thursday. We're getting some additional funding for housing in June. What that looks like, I'm not entirely sure. We could put some of that funding towards that balance at that
Is this
point.
coming from the county?
No, sir, I'm not sure what the funding is. If it's
Okay.
my grant, unfortunately, we can't pay that back rent until he's out of the unit.
Because nobody wants to make my life easy. Okay.
then it's my fault.
Client indicates, Judge, if the court is comfortable with putting either a July or an August date to give them more time, we could put that in the conditional dismissal if the court is comfortable with it.
I'd be comfortable with this because We could do that so that there's a conditional dismissal of August, but that there would be no writ without a hearing. I don't, and here's the reason I'm saying that. The issue with what's now happened with funding in this county is my head is still about to explode from a Wednesday morning meeting that I had regarding that. Mika Fry, Naja Brown, Going Robinson, and Raisha Sen. Could all just come up because I mean I'm going to have a similar one. They can just line up down that side. All right, who do I have here? Your name.
Morning.
Robinson.
So the one I'm missing is Fry.
Okay, SK, is that,
It's just got any.
this is okay, SK Properties. Yes. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Noel South appearing on behalf of the plaintiff NKSK Properties. And I
What? Who are? What counsel? What case do you have? Are you trying to? Is that an appearance you have?
yes, Your Honor.
Let me see the appearance. You're in the next block.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's all
I
right.
have, I thought,
The part that I'm a bit confused about is, so for filing in the name of Beal, then there was some indication sent out that Ram Partners is now the management company.
That is what I understand as well, Judge. So we're going to have to file amended complaints.
Yes, but I don't know what I have amended complaint.
Oh, they've already filed them. Okay, I was told
Well,
filed.
they filed them. Gonna be weird.
Yeah, I'm actually here for RAM Partners. No, because it was under
Who
Beagle.
are you?
I'm the property manager for the property.
Okay,
I just found out.
what's your name?
An hour ago, Jillian Bailey.
Okay. And that may be part of the problem. The other issue in that is that since some of the amounts were of the nature that they were, even if on X date they could proceed, I'm worried that the back balances were part of something else. And it worried me even more because a new management company came in, so they're going to be looking at the number that they would have. I get that. But they may or may not know that part of that number may have been dealt with or disposed of to the extent that they can proceed. May have been dealt with in the circuit court. I think my head just exploded. I think it just went just Friday.
Misery loves company, Judge.
All right. So that's where we are. I don't know what go ahead.
Judge, I was brought into this late yesterday afternoon. As you know, Ms. Holm has been handling this. She's on trial today. What I have when I discussed this with her, she said that she's having difficulty accessing the circuit court ROA to get the actual documents that she needs to know whether or not this court has stayed.
After the last hearing, or maybe the one before that, I can't remember. Because there was some confusion on my part, I contacted the other side of that litigation, that being legal services, to try and determine whether or not these folks were well, I was really more focused on the units because there were some units that didn't have COC, some did, and I don't know when all of that transpired. You want to say something because you always do. Go ahead, no.
Stating that, it was a property management, that's been nice. I moved in, I was moved from the buildings that were, not under compliance, and I was moved into a building that also was not under compliance when I moved in, and I have the email stating that when I withdrew my rent and everything. Also, I just want to mention.
Well, what time period are you talking about?
This was December 3rd of 2025, and I have the email from the property manager stating that they did not have even temporary certificates at that time.
As to whether or not, because it may be, and Ram may or may not know that, it may be that they can't at this point proceed on these cases. But if you can, I mean, I don't mind hearing them, but because I like banging my head against the wall. But I don't mind hearing them, but it's just, I just want to make sure everybody's operating in the right way. And and I just want to make this clear. All right, so what do you want me to do? Because I'm going to go back and rest for a minute.
Well, before you do that, Judge, perhaps we should adjourn.
Yes. And how much time?
I've got to coordinate with at least 2 other offices, Judge.
You guys are all still in your units, right? Okay. Why don't you think if I kick them out to the 29th? Just do the last Friday in the month and then figure out where we are. Does that work?
That should work, Judge.
All right. Then I'll adjourn these to May 29th, 2026. Time 3 p.m. in person. Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
You young lady, you told me the last time you were on Zoom that you were all stressed out. You were giving me a bunch of stuff. All right. Now listen, just listen to me. All of this is confusing. I get it. It's confusing in some respects to me because there are all these moving pieces. Told me about some of the issues you had. Do not stress out about this. Okay. You're not going anywhere. Nothing is going to happen until I say it's going to happen, and I haven't said so. So I do not want you worrying about anything. You hear me? You promise me? I don't care if you worry, because none of you worry. Okay. You guys have a great weekend.
The docket